Namaskar. My sincere best wishes to you all on the International Yoga Day. I feel privileged to introduce you to Dr. Alka Thyagi in the event known as Yoga and Meditation in the Wake of Pandemic. Dr. Alka Thyagi was trained at Bihar School of Yoga in the year 2002 and has been dedicating her life to the cause of yoga for last 1 decade. She has been a sadhak in the Satyananda yoga traditions, and she has taught yoga and meditation at various national and international platforms, including the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts and Indian Embassy, Berlin. Besides her yoga credentials, she is an academic, she is a poet, she is a writer, and above all, she is a very fine, gentle human being. She is an associate professor in a college of Delhi University, but at present she is a scholar in the Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla, and she is working on nature of supreme consciousness in Kashmir Shaiva Darshan. So today we have a yoga sadhak, we have a poet, we have a writer, we have an academic scholar, and above all, we have a very fine human being in Alka Thyagi to deliberate, to deliver her discourse on the yoga and meditation in the wake of COVID-19. Once again, I must congratulate India International Center for organizing this event, and I must congratulate Dr. Alka Thyagi for coming forward for this beautiful discourse. Namaskar.
Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaskar and welcome to this short session on yoga and meditation in the wake of COVID-19. We would like to share with you what we have learned from our Guru Parampara. In Bihar School of Yoga, right now, the head and the spiritual master, Swami Niranjanananda Saraswati, has been conveying this message that we have to integrate yoga in our lifestyle. And doing yoga just for 1 hour in the morning or 2 hours in the morning will not serve the purpose anymore. So Swamiji has created small capsules of yogic techniques that can help to nourish each and every aspect of our being. Today, I will share those short and simple techniques with you that Swamiji has given to us. I would like to begin by telling you that we are not only this gross body that we see. We are not only the physio-psychological being that we believe ourselves to be. We are much more deeper and subtler aspects of creation. In yogic terminology, there are at least 5 bodies within this gross body. And let me use that terminology to make it clear to you that this gross body is called Annamaya Kosh, the physical body that is nourished by food. But behind this are 4 more bodies. The second layer, or the subtler part within this gross body, is the Pranamaya Kosh, which may be translated as the pranic body, the energy body. The third body is Manomaya Kosh, which is the mental body, which is full of thought crowds. And the fourth body is the Vijnanamaya Kosh, the higher intuitive body. And then we have Anandamaya Kosh, the bliss body. And bliss body is our goal as yoga practitioners. But even as a common person who is steeped in householding and in working and in taking care of the social responsibilities, even such a person can actually integrate very, very simple techniques and can cater to these aspects of his or her being. So the Annamaya Kosh, the gross physical body, can be nourished by the asanas. Because asanas, they are supposed to be the physical movements done in integration with the breath. So asanas, as we understand from our experience, appear to cater to the body, although even asanas have a deeper impact on the body and the mind together. So similarly, then the next body that we have is Pranamaya Kosh, and this is a very important aspect of our being. This is the energy body that we have. An energy body is nourished by the prana that we inhale through the breath. Breath is only a vehicle for that pranic energy, and we often feel that it is only the breath. If we breathe correctly, then perhaps we are nourishing the pranamaya kosh, the energy body. It is true to some extent, but the yogis know that prana is something much more subtle than the breath. And that is why we have to learn to breathe correctly and take in the prana and throw out the toxins from our body. This is possible by doing the pranayams. We will be sharing just simple pranayams with you in a few minutes from now. The third body, which is called Manomaya Kosh, and we are quite aware that we have a mental body, a very strong mental body, and at an ordinary level, the mental body is filled with thought crowds. It is only a yogi who can deal with the thoughts and can remove the crowds and choose to think the thoughts that he or she wants. But most of us, we are thronged by the thoughts that come to us from our surroundings. We do not have control or any we do not have control over our thinking. Thoughts seem to throng us and they seem to take hold of our whole being, emotional, mental, physical. We know how our mind affects our bodies. So, for the Manomaya Kosh, we use the mantras. So, the mantras actually, as the definition goes, Mananat Trayate iti mantra. Mantra is that which liberates the mind. And in the experience, you will feel that mantras are capable of sweeping the mind of all the garbage that we fill our minds with, the thought garbage, I call it. So the mantras are used for the Manomaya Kosh to take care of the thinking part. Then we have the Vijnanamaya Kosh, the intuitive body. And that intuitive body is nourished by deep meditation that we should integrate in our life, in our routine. The bliss body, the Anandamaya Kosh, the fifth aspect of our being, can be touched if we do these four, if we nourish these four bodies. They are the Annamaya Kosh, the gross physical body, the Pranamaya Kosh, the energy body, the Manomaya Kosh, the mental body, and the Vijnanamaya Kosh, the intuitive higher self. we nourish these four aspects, we will automatically be in the bliss body, the Anandamaya Kosh. So in the next part of this session, I would like to give you techniques to nourish these aspects for having a simple feeling of well-being, and if you do it, you will experience it yourself. So we begin by giving you the practice for morning. In the morning, as Swami Niranjan says, when we are at the verge of waking up, but we are not yet fully awake, that is the threshold of dream and wakefulness. At that time, our mind is extremely receptive, and it has not yet been thronged by the problems of the day or the pressures of our routine life. So at this time, our gurus have given us some mantras, the 3 mantras actually, and these mantras, if we recite at this time, we will be filling our whole day with positivity. The 3 mantras that have been given and suggested are: first, the Mahamrityunjaya mantra; second, the Gayatri Mantra; and third, the 32 names of Durga. I will be demonstrating one mantra each with one round, but we should do them 11, 11 and 3 times. So the Mahamrityunjaya 11 times, the Gayatri Mantra 11 times, and the Durga Mantra 3 times. Another important thing with regard to the mantras is that mantras should be done always with a resolve in our mind, the sankalpa. So we should take a sankalpa before we do the mantra japa. And the sankalpas for these mantras are extremely clear, because these mantras serve a very specific purpose in our lives. For instance, for the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, the sankalpa is of good health, well-being, and, as we say in Hindi, संपूर्ण स्वास्थ्य सुख और समृद्धि के लिए ये मंत्र किया जाता है. You can translate it into English as, I do this mantra for complete health and well-being in my life. So this way you begin the mantra. Before doing it, you just take this one line sankalpa. Let's do the mantra now. I will do 1 round, but you may do 11. You must do 11 rounds for the minimum optimum benefit. Let's do the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. संपूर्ण स्वास्थ्य, सुख और समृद्धि के लिए मैं ये मंत्र करती हूँ. ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्. That was 1 round of Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Once you know the mantra, it automatically gets integrated into your breath rhythm. The second mantra that we do right in the morning is Gayatri Mantra. And the sankalpa for Gayatri Mantra is also very specific, and you will feel that this mantra brings wisdom, clarity, and discrimination, and the right kind of knowledge to you. So the sankalpa, we take the sankalpa and we will do 1 round of Gayatri Mantra like this. Please grant me the right wisdom, mental clarity, and focus. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. This was one round of Gayatri Mantra. We must do 11 rounds of Gayatri Mantra, not forgetting the Sankalpa for discrimination and right wisdom in life. The third mantra, the Durga Mantra, is chanted to remove the distresses and disharmonies from our life. So, taking the Sankalpa, we chant Durga Mantra 3 times. I will do it once for you, and then you should do it 3 times. Let's begin the Durga Mantra. The Sankalpa is, please grant me a life which is devoid of distresses and disharmonies. मेरे जीवन से दुर्गति को हटाने के लिए मैं ये मंत्र करती हूँ. ओम दुर्गा दुर्गार्ति शमनी दुर्गा पद्वी निवारिणी दुर्गमच्छेदिनी दुर्गसाधिनी दुर्गनाशिनी दुर्गतो उद्धारिणी दुर्गनिहन्त्री दुर्गमापहा दुर्गमज्ञानदा दुर्गदैत्यलोकदवानला दुर्गमा दुर्गमालोका दुर्गमात्मस्वरूपिणी दुर्गमासुरसंहन्त्री दुर्गमायुधधारिणी दुर्गमाङ्गी दुर्गमता दुर्गम्या दुर्गमेश्वरी दुर्गभीमा दुर्गभामा दुर्गभा दुर्गदारिणी. Om. This was one round of 32 names of Durga. Once you get used to the mantra, your breath rhythm will integrate it very easily. If you need to listen to the mantra on YouTube, it is there in Swami Ranjanji's voice. You may just Google on YouTube the 3 mantras from Bihar School of Yoga and you will find it. Now, the next aspect that we may integrate during our day is before breakfast. So before breakfast, you can do the asana part. And Swamiji has said that only 4 asanas if you do, at least minimum 4. Of course, you are welcome to do more asanas. You will gain the benefits of those as well. But in your busy life, if you do not find time for elaborate asana practice, then you may just do 4 asanas. And these 4 asanas, you can just do before breakfast when your stomach is empty and you are going to begin your day. The asanas, as I mentioned before, will work on your body, on the circulation of your body and on giving you lightness of being. So for the asanas, I would request Sanya Tyagi, who is also trained from Bihar School of Yoga, Munger, and has been teaching yoga for more than 5 years now. So Sanya, please let's do the asanas. These are only 4 asanas. We call them TTK and an inverted asana. So the first asana is Tadasana. So please stand with your feet gently apart, comfortably apart, not very close, not very far, and get ready for the practice of Tadasana. So in this, the base position is standing position. Then we clasp our fingers and place our hands over the crown of our head. This is our starting position. From here, Inhaling, we go up on our toes. Exhaling, we come down. This is one round. We must do at least 5 rounds. I'll request Sanya to do at least 3 rounds for you. And now, the second asana, which is also extremely easy, is called the Asana, and it is translated as swaying palm tree. The first asana was called palm tree pose in English, and here for this Asana, we call it swaying palm tree, if you need the name in English. So getting ready for Asana. Here we put our feet apart by a foot or so, and we clasp the fingers, place the hands over our head, actually stretch the hands over our head. This is the starting position. Here we inhale as we are at the center, and then exhaling, we go to our right. Inhaling, we come back to the center. Exhaling, we go to the left. Inhaling, come back to the center. This is one round of Asana. We must do at least 5 rounds. The third asana is also very easy. The third asana is called Katicha Karasana. Katicha or waist twisting asana. For this asana, our feet are apart, again by a foot or so. We spread our hands in line with our shoulders. Yes. And this is our starting position. From here, we have inhaled already deeply. And then exhaling, we go to our right. Twist the waist towards our right so that the left hand is on the right shoulder and the right hand is wrapped around our waist. And we try to look at the opposite heel. So we give the body a very nice twist as if we are squeezing a cloth in different directions. Then we come to the center and exhaling, turn towards the other side. Inhaling, we come back to the center, and that makes one round of Asana. The Katicha Karasana, the waist twisting asana. These 3 asanas are extremely easy. Anybody at any age, at any level of physical health can actually integrate it in the morning before breakfast. But now comes one more asana, which is a reverse pose. So Guruji says that a reverse pose is necessary in our daily routine, because in the reverse pose the blood flows towards the heart and cleanses the lung area and cleanses actually the whole body, because it throws the toxins out of our system. So for the reverse pose, actually the deepest reverse pose could be the Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand, but it needs a little training and preparation. So Guruji says that what we can do, we can lie down, and I would request Sanya to kindly demonstrate that. We lie down in Shavasana, and then we slowly raise our legs. Now we can raise our legs to the extent of our own capacity without straining ourselves. So for instance, even if you raise your legs for 45 degrees, it is good enough in the beginning. It gives you a certain reversal of blood flow. But then you can raise it slowly to 60, to 90, and if you train yourself, you can also do the Sarvanga Asana finally. And Sarvanga Asana is the shoulder stand. It is called Sarvanga Asana, the all limbs pose, because it is a complete asana in itself. It takes care of your body in many ways. Asanas, as we said in the beginning, cater to our physical body, the Annamaya Kosh. And the mantras that we did right in the morning, even sitting in our bed, we don't have to actually, think of our cleaning rituals. Guruji says that you do the mantras right in your bed as soon as you are waking up. Then that was the first capsule, the mantras in the morning. The second capsule, the asanas before breakfast, almost only 10 minutes, which all of us can take out. And then the third aspect, the pranayama. Pranayama caters, as we said, to the pranic body, to the energy body in our being. For the pranayama also, we have a capsule which takes not more than 10 minutes. And pranayam we can integrate just before our lunch or at noon, say 12 o'clock, when your stomach has already become empty from the breakfast that you ate in the morning. So for pranayam, the two pranayams that have been suggested are the Nadi Shodhan pranayam, which is also called Anulom Vilom in the common parlance, or it is called the cleansing pranayam. We will demonstrate that soon. And the second pranayam is the Brahmary Pranayam or the Hummingbird Pranayam. The benefits of these, let me quickly relate to you. The first pranayam, Nadi Shodhan, or the channel cleansing pranayam, the Anulom Vilom pranayam, it nourishes both the hemispheres of our brain. And that way, it balances our externalization and internalization. It helps us to get internalized when we want to internalize, when we want to think deeply about something, when we want to focus on something, when we need to do some creative act, then we should be internalized, and Nadi Shodhan helps us to get into internalization. At the same time, Nadi Shodhan also takes care of the physical aspect of the physical energy, because it gives it allows the energy to flow into both the hemispheres, in which the right hemisphere takes care of our creative, imaginative aspect, and the left hemisphere takes care of our physical energy and physical activity aspect. So the Nadi Shodhan, let me demonstrate it first to you. Just one round I will do. For this we use a mudra called the Nasikagra Mudra in our tradition. The Nasikagra Mudra is two fingers at the eyebrow center to stimulate the Agya Chakra, the thumb for the right nostril, and the ring finger for the left nostril to moderate the nostrils. So what we do here is, I'll now begin the demonstration. What we do, we bring our hand into Nasikagra Mudra, and then we inhale from the left side, exhale from the right side, inhale from the right side, exhale from the left side. This is one round. This one round we must do in ratio 1:1. That is to say that we should mentally count our inhaling capacity, and the same capacity, the same count we should use to exhale. That will balance the energy flow. So let me demonstrate it with a mental count. Of course, I will be speaking loud, but you will do it in your mind. We use a certain rhythm to count, like 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, so that the matra is correct. Let's do one round with the ratio. In the beginning, you can begin with the count of 4:4 and slowly raise it to 12:12. But please take your time. do not strain your lungs at all, because that may have counter effects. So we do it with a count of 4:4. Now I begin. We sit straight with our head and spine in one line, and then we bring the hand into Nasi Kagura Mudra, and when we are ready, we begin to do the pranayama. Inhaling 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Exhaling 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Inhaling from the right 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. Exhaling from the left 1 Om, 2 Om, 3 Om, 4 Om. And beginning again. This was just one round. We may do minimum 5 rounds and maximum 10 rounds. It will not take more than 7 minutes. The next pranayama, and this is right now the most important in the wake of COVID. This pranayama is called Hummingbird or Brahmary Pranayam. So it has been very useful. We have been using it for insomnia, for focus, for concentration up till now. But the new discovery tells us that this pranayama increases the amount of nitric oxide in our system by almost 15%. And nitric oxide is antimicrobial in nature. It is antibacterial, antiviral, and it has been found to be very effective in the wake of COVID. It helps in dealing with the COVID symptoms, in the recuperation process, and even when you are suffering from COVID, you may do this practice and you will see your oxygen level rising and in fighting with the virus. I will demonstrate just one round of Brahmary Pranayam for you. What we do is we inhale fully well and we exhale with a humming sound while keeping our ears closed. And the main point is that we must hear or focus on the vibrations that are created in the brain area, in the skull. So let's do one round of Brahmary, but you can and must do at least 11 rounds of Brahmary Pranayam. Slowly working up to the number 11. You may begin with 4, 5 and then raise to 11. So let's do one round of Brahmary now. Inhale fully well and exhale with a humming sound. I did 2 rounds. So that was Brahmary. This is the third capsule that our Guruji has conveyed to us, which you can integrate before your lunchtime when your stomach is empty. The Pranayama Capsule. As we mentioned earlier, Pranayama caters and nourishes to your energy body. It fills your whole being with lightness and with good energy that will be experienced as you will do it. The third capsule that we have been using is called Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a practice of pratyahar or withdrawal of senses. The basic logic behind the practice of Yoga Nidra is that the senses, which are always externalized in our wakeful state, and also pull the mind along with them, so that mind is also externalized all the time. We need to give rest to the mind as well as to the senses. So we withdraw the senses from their objects, like we withdraw the eyes from the things that they keep seeing all the time. We withdraw the ears, the hearing, and kind of, close it from its food, that is the sounds. And we withdraw, of course, close the taste and all the five senses, we withdraw them. And then mind gets completely relaxed. When the mind gets relaxed, the brain and the nerves in our head are also totally relaxed and rejuvenated. Now, for Yoga Nidra, actually we have on YouTube Yoga Nidra videos in Swami Niranjanji's voice. It is in 3 levels: beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So you may begin with the beginner's practice. It is half an hour practice, and it can be integrated as the 4th capsule at around between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, when you have kind of, you feel a little exhausted and drained in energy. You have been doing work all day, and this is the time then to gain a new lease of life towards the evening. So you can integrate Yoga Nidra between 4 and 6. Generally, though, Yoga Nidra is done for half an hour, but once you have learned the practice, you can reduce it to say 20 minutes or 15 minutes if you have lack of time. But I suggest that you do it at least for half an hour, because you will gain 4 hours of good energy after you have done half an hour of Yoga Nidra. I use it as a capsule whenever I have lack of sleep or I am exhausted. I use it all the time, and let me tell you that it is a wonderful, wonderful capsule of yoga. Also, so let me share with you that, half an hour of Yoga Nidra is equivalent to 3 hours of deep sleep. And some of us may know that the Mandukya Upanishad says that deep sleep is the most blissful thing that has been given to mankind. It is compared with Anandaghan, the intensity of bliss. So we must have a good night's sleep, and 3 hours of, if you need the benefits of 3 hours of deep sleep, do half an hour of Yoga Nidra. This was the 4th capsule. Now we come to the 5th capsule that Swamiji has given to us. He says that before we sleep, we should do just 10 minutes of meditation, minimum 10 minutes of meditation, to erase the thought crowds that have troubled us or that have thronged our mind during the whole day. So 10 hours of practice here that is given is called Ajapa in our tradition. As the name suggests, Ajapa is a japa which is happening inside us without us doing anything. It is effortless japa. This, I will end the session with a little demonstration of Ajapa, how we do it. But let me explain that Ajapa involves a mantra called So-Hum. It is said in the yogic tradition that our breath actually is doing this japa on its own. Our inhalation is so, our exhalation is hum. The sound of So-Hum is happening in us if we just become aware of this. We are doing this japa automatically. What are the benefits of this japa? The benefits of Ajapa is that it gives a deep balance and rootedness to our being, and it cleanses our mind of the thought garbage. You may do it yourself and experience it for yourself. Right now, let me demonstrate, or let me give a little guided meditation on Ajapa Japa. So, for a meditation, we sit straight with our head and spine in one line. At night, you may sit in your bed itself, but the main thing is that you are comfortable and your head and spine are in one line. For Ajapa Japa, then, close your eyes in the sitting position. We will do a small demonstration. As you sit with your eyes closed, become still in your body. Slowly relax each and every part of your body. Move your awareness through various parts of your body. The head, relax the head. The shoulders, relax the shoulders. The upper part, the lower part, the arms, the hands. Relax the whole body and at the same time become still in the body. The only movement that is happening is of your breath. Observe the breath now. As you observe your breath, it automatically becomes deeper and longer. When the breath is deep and long, thought waves in your mind becomes less and less. You are relaxed in the mind and in the body, and you are practicing Ajapa Japa. Now become aware of your inhalation and exhalation. Imagine or visualize in your spinal column a golden tube, as if within your spinal column there is a golden tube through which your breath is moving up and down. When you inhale, a ray of golden energy rises through the golden tube from navel to the throat. As you exhale, the golden ray goes down from throat to the navel in the spinal column. Inhaling, the golden ray rises from the navel to the throat. Exhaling, the ray goes down from throat to the navel. With this visualization, now add the sound of so. As you inhale, so, the golden ray going up from the navel to the throat. As you exhale, hum, the golden ray going down from the throat to the navel. So, hum, so, hum. Keep the awareness fully on the sound of the mantra and on the visualization of the flow of the breath in the golden tube in the spinal channel. So, slowly now externalize your awareness and you may gently open your eyes. We did a very short practice of Ajapa Japa because this short session allows only this much. So now, just to recuperate, we have added 5 capsules in the routine of our day. The first capsule of the 3 mantras right in the morning as you wake up. Second capsule of the 4 asanas before your breakfast, just for 10 minutes. The third capsule of the pranayama before your lunch when you are empty stomach. The fourth capsule of yoga nidra before the evening when you feel exhausted. The fifth capsule just before you sleep to erase the mind of all thoughts. So if you just do these 10 minutes of capsules, let me assure you, you will really find positive energy each day, nourishing your whole being. With this, we end the session with 3 omkars. Om. 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 Shanti. 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 Thank you for listening. And before I end, I would like to thank again Dr. Joshi for giving the introduction. I would like to thank the India International Center for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank Sanya Tyagi for demonstrating the asanas. I would like to thank Sumandeep Kaur, a dear friend and a fellow here at IIAS. Greetings from Shimla, and I hope you integrate the practices. Namaskar.